Tell you what, you've never seen anything like this. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. Decent reviews podcast.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
First impressions out of the box, highly intrigued. Is this the best weed whacker of all time? I don't know, but charge your battery while you assemble. Saves time. Here it is, the Kwon Cordless trimmer. Yeah, cordless, not cordless. Cordless is a new technology no one's heard of. Luckily, assembly is pretty straightforward. There's only a couple things you have to do, and if you can't figure it out still, there's a listing of a video on Amazon where a guy's putting it together with really depressing music. But here's my version. The first lever at the top is a switch between edging and trimming. The second lever is to move it up and down to find your desired working height. And then there's a button which can pivot the trimming head to your desired location. Well, I came back because I actually forgot the battery like an amateur. It actually doesn't work without the battery. Before I got started, I assessed my lawn in a universal dad stance where the legs are wider than shoulder width apart and the arms are folded. And they're at their kid's sporting event where you don't know if they are disappointed or proud. As you can see, I completely ignored my lawn. It's overgrown, weeds are everywhere. It kind of looks like the lawn that I had in the leaf blowing video circa several years ago. As you can see, we have dandelions, a crap ton of crabgrass, and well, some other type of weed. Fortunately, I ordered this new weed whacker. Blades only. I'm sick of dealing with a string. My hope is I no longer have to be this guy, where the string just gets stuck and a bunch of things go wrong. So let's pitch that. Anyway, this weed whacker slash trimmer comes with two pivotal features that led me to purchase. One being this edging wheel, which you'll see why here in a few, and the second being a screen that actually shows you the battery percentage you have left while you're using it. First test is on this unknown species of weeds. We're gonna do a standard pattern like this, and we're gonna get it down. The first test, I'd say it works, but the trimmer is definitely not one of the top trimmers in the country in terms of power and sheer force. That may actually be more attributed to the stock plastic blade it comes with. Let's see if it can handle this giant weed. I guess so. I then decided to work on the terrain behind the court. It was like trimming in the safari or in the deep pits of the nearest rainforest. Just foliage everywhere. I'm not sure what else to say or if anyone made it this far in the video. I'm just trying to give the consumer live footage of the trimmer's potential. What does it look like from your perspective? Write in the comments below. Now that I'm profusely sweating, I think it's a good transition to test out the edging capabilities. We're ready to wheel. Now the reason I like the edge of the wheel to guide your path as you're edging is because without it, I feel like it's basically the equivalent of doing this. Basically like taking scissors, the accuracy is gonna be off. You're rolling without the edge wheel. You're basically, you know, clipping over here and then here and then here. So if you don't have a steady hand, it becomes problematic to get a really clean edge. Unless you're a professional, I guess. In that case, forget the wheel.
Let's begin now.
If I'm being honest, it edges decently. It's not super powerful, but it's not weak either. You have to go through it maybe a couple times, a couple different passes to get the weeds off the concrete patio. But overall, I think it could do the job. The third test involves edging close to the house, always a tall task. Make sure you flip up the little guard thing, because last time I didn't, and I took out a chunk of the vinyl siding of the house. But no worries, I covered it with duct tape. Maybe no one will notice, even though it's not the same color as the house. Here I attempt to get this corner, but couldn't find the right angle with the trimmer and feared more duct tape would be on the horizon if I got too aggressive. I think scissors with a 12-inch ruler would be a better solution. Oh wow, look at that trimmer. I actually just knocked down that weed pretty effortlessly, so that was probably one of the most impressive points of the day. I then went back to edging, and I feel like my opinion changed here. It's almost as if the blade is too short, and you have to angle the trimmer at such a way that it's almost vertical, which then renders the edging wheels ineffective or really not usable. I really had to really dig down and go straight to actually get the blade to cut through some of the thick grass. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never used such innovative technology. I called the company spokesperson, and they told me that basically they took Santa's sleigh and combined it with weed whacking to produce this. And what happens is you got something so innovative, the Weed Whacking Pro organization didn't even know it was on the market. So I'm going to practice. I assume the action is much like a vacuum, so we're going to get in here and try it. I think it's first very smart to actually practice with the vacuum to get the technique down. You want a certain angle in the arm so these gliders work effortlessly and cut down these weeds. So let's pin this like this. It's definitely right here, 37.5 degree angle. Right here. You really want to get this motion down, because if you don't, it might not work. It's only version 1.0 on the Weed Whacker, so let's try it. See, it's still in the arm. It's pretty good. It glides smoothly. Let's get another angle to see the effectiveness, but so far I'm highly impressed. They elected not to go with wheels. Bold strategy, but it pays off. And this is only version 1.0, as I said. You never know what's going to happen in the next couple years. This could be a real game changer in the lawn business. Bumpy terrain, but it's still going. All right, last test for the day, and then we're just going to mow the lawn and let's see how it does. Not too bad. Went really aggressive, and it did a decent job.
Let's begin now.
All right, lawn completed. Final touches with the Weed Whacker. Gotta be honest, have no idea where this video is going, so I'm just gonna end it with a quick pros and cons list, starting with the cons. Blade durability, not good, especially with a plastic blade. You hit the concrete, you're gonna be changing them pretty quickly. 2, not overtly powerful, you're gonna have to hit the area a couple times. 3, the price was high considering there was cheaper options on the market, but I wanted it sooner. Bad mistake. Pros, good battery life, and a real nice touch with this battery percentage display. You don't see that often.
Still at 95%. We've been running for a while. Pretty impressive.
Lastly, this thing comes with a flurry of blade attachments bundled with it. You really can't beat that. And that's the review. So just gonna awkwardly end it now. But I did actually go outside and look at the lawn the next day, and you know, the tool helped me clean up the lawn decently well.